Hello friends, welcome to Testing Talks Latest. Today I am going to explain steps to prepare for the automation testing interview. Subscribe my channel for the latest interview questions and tutorials. I am going to explain what are the steps to be followed to start preparing for the automation testing and get a job in the automation testing interview. First step as part of the automation testing preparation is learn basics of manual testing along with automation testing. Without learning basics of manual testing, you cannot understand automation testing completely. Know how to prepare the test cases and executing the test cases and generating the reports based on the test cases execution and preparing the test plan, test strategy. Those kind of things will be helpful to understand what is testing process, and know where automation testing process will be started as part of the manual testing. Automation testing will be started whenever manual testing is completed in most of the projects. Once the application is stable, we can start automation testing. So for the freshers, these kind of questions are common to know the basic understanding about automation testing and experience in the testing. So know where to start automation testing and what are the things will be involved in automation testing. Automation testing can be used for both functional and regression testing. So getting understanding about when will be start the automation testing as part of the testing process will be helpful to answer the questions about the basics of automation testing and know about how functional testing can be done and how regression testing can be done as part of the automation process. And next step is learn automation testing concepts by deep understanding. So just reading the automation testing concepts does not help you to get the job, because you have to understand the concepts to answer the questions in the interview. In a way to understand why WebDriver will be initialized with a new Chrome driver or new Firefox driver, you have to know some of the methods from Chrome driver can be used in Selenium WebDriver, so that we are initializing WebDriver to new Chrome driver or new Firefox driver to implement the methods from Firefox or Chrome driver or Edge driver, so that our learning by understanding the concepts, it will be helpful for you to answer the questions easily. So whenever the questions will be asked related to framework, it is better to understand how the framework will be started, how the test engine annotations will be used as part of the framework, and what is the suite, and how the priorities of the test engine will be used in the framework. These kind of concepts will be helpful to answer the questions easily, and try to create small framework to understand yourself about how automation can be executed, how automation frameworks can be developed, and how scripts are part of the automation and how the tests are running. These kind of things you can understand easily and you can answer the questions. If questions are deep, through the automation also you can answer the questions with this understanding. Learn the core concepts is the third step you can do. So whenever you use some programming language such as Java, JavaScript as part of the automation tool, knowing about the programming language such as Java, JavaScript or C# is better to do, because whenever you write the automation scripts, you have to use this kind of programming. Hence, you need to know the basics about how those functions, built-in functions will be used, and how the Java or JavaScript will be executed, how the compiler will run, how the JRE will work. These kind of things will be helpful, and if the questions are deep or advanced, we can answer any kind of questions by understanding the programming language. And also by learning the programming language, you can easily write the automation programs for any such kind of tools. And practicing automation programming is the next step you have to follow. So automation programs cannot be learned by reading or by go through it. So you have to practice automation programs and see how to debug, and also to find what are the issues you will face whenever the programming is created for automation. So you can know these kind of problems when you practice and execute all together. And you need to know how to debug automation testing programs so that you can understand what are the issues part of the automation execution. For example, whenever the programming elements, automation programming elements need to be recognized, you have to use most of the places explicit waits. So we have to wait for the object to recognize and whether click or identify the object. So it is better to know what are the things need to be used as part of the automation program, so that better to practice and see the problems to answer the questions related to automation testing. Next thing is practice LeetCode problems. LeetCode problems will be helpful to understanding the basic logic behind automation programs, and it will be helpful to improve your automation programming skills too. Having strong LeetCode profile will be helpful to get shortlisted for the automation testing interviews. So that maintain strong LeetCode profile, practice different problems in LeetCode, and attend for the challenges, weekly challenges, and also attend for the daily programs, and solve the programs will be improve your LeetCode profile. This will be helpful not only shortlisting and also selecting for the interview. It will be helpful in a way to solve the programs which will be asked during the interviews, because these are all similar to the questions which will be asked in automation testing interviews easily. And in 2026 you have to know one thing about automation is you need to improve artificial intelligence side. So artificial intelligence will help to debug the programs easily, and if you try any prompt, it will show the relevant answers for any questions from automation or any coding related, so that you can find any relevant topics from automation and try it on artificial intelligence tools such as ChatGPT. It will be help to deep understanding about automation. In future, artificial intelligence is the most important tool which will be part of our technical life, so that learning about artificial intelligence and maybe technically learning about designing some